I'm fucking the dog. I'm fucking the dog, Ted.
I think I'm gonna fuck the dog.
I'm fucking that dog.
I think I'm gonna fuck that pooch.
Tucker, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fucking the dog.
You know, looking back on my previous work, it's easy to get the idea that I don't really like anime all that much. But nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, when it comes to traditional media, barring the occasional sitcom or superhero show, I almost exclusively watch anime. It's just hard to make funny content about something that doesn't elicit strong enough emotions, which more often than not just so happens to be some combination of anger, frustration, and disappointment.
Disappointed!
Plus, I've always been picky about my anime, and getting older has made it even harder to enjoy what I used to, thanks to developing crippling debilitations like taste and media literacy. What this means is that I pretty much only watch anime I expect to suit my tastes, and it's kinda hard to wring 5 to 7 minutes of material out of, yeah, it was pretty good. Today, I want to see if I can change that. I was thinking about finally doing a Sisters All You Need, but I don't think the world's quite ready yet. I did a test run with some friends, and it low-key screwed up their perception of reality to the point that they started worshipping the guy from 30 Seconds to Mars. So instead, I've picked out a little hidden gem for you that I think should have had more eyes on it. No thesis, no major critique, just here's a thing I like, I hope you like it too. That thing is the title of this video. I'm not being facetious, it's just kind of a mouthful to say.
How does it feel to be helpless? How does it feel to know pain?
The story follows your typical fake relationship trope. Two co-workers pretend to be engaged because their company is transferring someone to Alaska next year and they're prioritizing single people. Pretty standard setup, but that just obfuscates the real selling point. See, what sets our protagonists apart is that they're, to phrase this as delicately as I can, undiagnosed. Yeah, armchair psychology bad, but come the fuck on. The very first scene features our male lead going non-verbal, and our female lead is hyper-fixated on geography. They overanalyze every interaction with one another, every potential interaction with one another, to the point that they write out plans and rules to follow just to make sure they don't step on each other's toes. At the very least, they're both so antisocial and introverted that the main conflict impeding their inevitable relationship is whether or not they believe marriage is worth the emotional labor. Now, maybe this says a bit too much about me, but I fuck with this heavy. Never before has any piece of media so perfectly captured my own struggles with relationships. If you're anything like me and the idea of a partner in life makes you feel tired, this is the rom-com for you. I will warn you though, this show doesn't pull any of its punches when it comes to the realities of love and marriage. Is marriage worth it is the second part of a two-part question this series poses. The first part being, can love fail? And when it comes to that first part, the show puts a hand on your shoulder, looks you dead in the eye, and says, yep.
That is one big pile of shit.
Our protagonists aren't the only ones facing love troubles. The rest of the cast have their own romantic plights, some of which are incredibly heavy for what you'd expect from this type of anime. You got guys desperate to start their own families only to choke and miss out on the best thing they'll ever have, guys who think they have the perfect marriage one day and get served divorce papers the next, and a lesbian princess who leaves her political marriage, abandoning family and country to be with the one she loves. Okay, that last one isn't really that deep, I just thought mentioning lesbian princesses would make good clickbait. Our main couple sees these tragedies unfold among their peers, and it compounds on their own anxieties around commitment. If this is happening to the people around them, who's to say it won't happen to them? If there's a chance that it can all come crashing down one day, why even bother putting in the emotional investment? Why trade the certainty and comfort of solitude for something as unpredictable as love? Is love, in other words, worth it? Well, without spoiling too much of the ending, I will say that the answer this series arrives at is an emphatic yes. If you vibed with anything I've said here today, I highly recommend you give this show a shot. Especially if you're an artist, because I need more Asako fan art, please. I am begging